Hello YouTube, this is Born to Be Wild NE here. And as always, NE stands for Nebraska. Go Big Red Day Huskers. Hey, I'm going to play through Old School Tactical Volume 2, Scenario 7, entitled Night Raid. In this scenario, the Germans have 3 first-line rifle squads, 2 second-line rifle squads, 1 light machine gun and a grenade bundle, and 5 leaders, 2 lieutenants and 3 sergeants. They set up north of this hex line that I have highlighted with these chips. Leaders must start in a building, and there can only be 1 leader per building. The Americans start off the south edge of the board and enter south to north. The Americans have 5 first-line rifle squads, a couple engineer squads, a satchel charge, 2 leaders, both sergeants, and 4 Browning automatic rifles. This is a nighttime scenario, as the title would indicate, and night visibility and attack ranges are limited to 4 hexes. The goal of the Americans is to capture at least 2 of those leaders. Once that is done and that turn is safely concluded with those leaders being in the possession of the American forces, the Americans have won the scenario. It's an 8-turn scenario, and with all old school tactical scenarios, there's a possibility of a 9th turn. If the Germans can get through all the turns without having 2 of their leaders captured by the Americans, the Germans win. The gut check level for the Germans is 7, and the gut check level for the American forces is 6. All American forces are considered elite in this scenario. Impulse points for the Germans in this scenario is determined by rolling 1d6 and adding 2 impulse points to that result, and the Americans get 2d6 and add 2 to that result. I think I will set up the Germans as they are to set up first. I'll remove the tokens and we'll start turn 8. I want to correct my earlier statement. The Germans have 3 second-line rifle squads, and I previously had said 2. I have the German initial setup. There's a sergeant with 2 second-line rifle squads set up in this forward building. A first-line rifle with a light machine gun behind the hedgerow here. A lieutenant with a first-line squad in this building. A lieutenant with a first-line squad in that building. A sergeant with a second-line squad and the grenade bundle, and a sergeant set up there. There's some special rules about German leaders. I'll just read them very quickly. German player does not take leader casualty rolls when units with leader are attacked. German leaders are not attacked when in a melee, though their firepower, defense, and melee modifier is used. German leaders retreat from melees with their units. A German leader is captured when alone and a good order ranger unit or sergeant moves into its hex. Assault movement is not required to move into the hex. A German leader is captured if it is the sole surviving German unit in a melee hex and the ranger unit is in good order. If the ranger is not in good order, leader moves to an adjacent hex. A captured leader can free itself if the ranger units controlling it are destroyed or broken/shaken. The leader cannot move away if it has already moved for the turn. At the end of a turn, all captured leader counters are removed from the board and counted towards the victory conditions. Leaders with broken/shaken rangers are not removed and remain in play for the next turn.